Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is a daily close for Bitcoin. We're gonna see what happened today and what it might happen next. So basically what happened today is a game changer here for Bitcoin. Something very important has happened and it has opened many scenarios on the daily, and that's why we are right now on the daily to look at those scenarios to understand exactly this price action, because of course we saw a lot of micro analysis lately and I think we are getting overwhelmed with it. So it is very interesting of course to look out of the box to see what's going on. So I'm gonna start with this bullish scenario where we might still in our bull run here as triple 1-2s. You have wave 3 in the orange for 5, finishing right now wave 3, 4, and a 5 in the yellow scenario, meaning this impulse still working well without any invalidation, and you might still unfolding 1 2 3 4 5 toward the upside. Now we can see here of course 1 2 3 4 5 for wave 3. The wave 2 is problematic, you didn't took 0.38, and again with the main 1 2 also problematic, you did not took the 0.38, which of course bring us for a question mark. What's going on inside this area? Why we are moving very impulsive and sideways corrections without 0.38? So basically it can be of course something very bullish, but I see still of course even exhaustion while moving it toward the upside, and then of course we got a very big correction, and currently we're moving bullish again without the 0.38 again. So this is of course a very rare case scenario that we see this, guys, in Bitcoin. So what is going on is something very rare and incredible. Yeah. So basically, if we are moving again 1 2 3 4 5 without 0.38, this has never happened, of course, in Elliott wave, unless of course we are something corrective here, guys. We can call this an A, B, and a C toward the upside, that it might finish, of course, here kind of like an expanding flat A, B, and a C toward the downside. Meaning, if we are not bullish here, which of course, because of the issues also of the wave 1 here, very weird wave 1, which we saw already on the micro levels, we're gonna see it at the end again of this analysis. But let's focus, of course, on the daily now. So basically, this what I am talking about. What if we have an A, B, and a C, and here we have our W, X, Y, X, and a Z? Very complex structure due of course to this stairs correction. It looks like very choppy, yeah, or very weird impulse, honestly, which it looks like much more like W, X, Y, X, and a Z here, and having of course a correction again, and another 3 waves toward the upside, which it might finish here an A, B, and a C. Now, of course, regardless to this complex structure, let's say it is 1 2 3 4 5, even the same scenario can apply on this, meaning on this scenario even you can have an A, B, and a C. So we have to be careful with it, and therefore it can be of course continuation toward the upside. Now the continuation toward the upside in this scenario can be of course the expanding flat that we already expect between the 1.23, 1.38, where you have potentially A, B, and a C toward the downside. In this case scenario, we were expecting at least, of course, an impulse toward the upside, or in case you are in WX and a Y, or in you are in WXYXZ, it doesn't matter. It can work both because you have anyway double zigzag with an X between. So it can be simply WX and a Y as well. 3 ways toward the upside, 3 ways down. And what if we finish ABC here because of the 0.38 again, not taken, and we reach this area with ABC finishing a full W, X, and a Y, meaning W, X, and a Y. 3 ways up, 3 ways down, and then 3 ways up. And in this case scenario, guys, I can say that it is very close, of course, to be in a wave B, hitting of course this area, which is the blue box, for an expanding flat A, B, and a C toward the downside. So this is very essential today what happened, and this area here, and the wave 1, which it can be of course wave A, B, and a C, taking only the 0.23. If in case only if we move toward the upside, we continue for higher. If in case we don't, of course, there is an alternative scenario. The whole thing can be a wave 1 right now, wave 2, 3, 4, 5, and therefore, okay, I can call back like 100%. We're back to this scenario, like a big wave 1, 2. We get a beautiful wave 2 with 0.38, and then we might reach even 142K or above the 130K. But if we don't, I believe that you have to, of course, be careful from those level first, because we're gonna have ABC in case we move just as a 3 waves up and then wave C, or we're gonna have later on potentially even like a WX and a Y here, that it can finish already this A, B, and a C towards the downside. So this is what I would like to explain today, and what it happened today, what it might affect the price on the daily next. Now I would like to show, of course, finally the alternative scenario on the 2 hours chart, where we have a potential 1, 2, and then you have a wave 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish wave 3. Therefore you got wave 4. What it happened today has nothing to do with a wave 2, right? Because we did not reach the time and the fib level, of course, taken from the 1 here to the, of course, wave 2. This is a very shallow wave 2. Therefore, it has nothing to do with a wave 2. It can be a wave 5. Taking the 0.23, which is the most common target for a wave 4, and moving for a wave 5. And that means, of course, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, a finished impulse. And currently, we are looking again for a wave 2, ABC, towards the downside, to hit again this fib level and fib time, hopefully, of course, to be perfect, and then moving toward the upside one more time for a wave 3. So this is, I would say, this would be the perfection for Elliott wave. Now, it was a tricky one. In case it happened, that is a very tricky one. In case that we are going to continue for higher, guys, and if we're gonna take the high again here, and we leave this box toward the upside rather than toward the downside, you don't have any other option rather than taking 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which it might be, of course, a wave C here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, taking the 1-to-1 fib level, 116K, of course, for a wave C. And guess what? Guess what you're gonna get at this area if we open the daily scenario? Here we go. You get your 1.23, 1.38 fib level, which is, of course, an A, B, and a C toward the downside, guys, as an expanding flat. And this is exactly what I was talking about in case we get an ABC that might turn very bearish for the next price action. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.